Hello everyone, and welcome to our weather update on January 5th, 2024. So before we start, just say a huge thank you for reaching 200 subs. I think we hit yesterday. Currently at 8 p.m. on Friday, January 5th, we have reached 204 subs. So recently we've had a huge spike in subs. I think only on like New Year's Day we were at 182, 184, but we got 20 subs in about 4 or 5 days. Absolutely amazing. Thank you so much everyone for doing that. So also we had a video on January 3rd that reached 1.1k views. Absolutely amazing, phenomenal. Thank you so much everyone for doing that. So looking at our 5-day forecast, we can see that today was a shower day, especially in the west and northern areas. This model, however, does show the showers moving into central areas. However, this was not the case in the end. Now, tonight we will see skies clearing, especially in the south and east, and later in the night into all areas. So by morning, a frost is possible in shelter. Now, tomorrow will be a day with virtually waterfall sunshine away from the north. Up there, we will see a few showers coming in on the northerly breeze. Northerly breeze, however, it'll be a lot lighter than it was today. Tomorrow night we will see a more widespread frost forming, also some fog forming in parts of the South Midlands, with winds lightening off. Into Sunday, the wind goes a bit more easterly, so we see some showers moving onto eastern coast on Sunday. Those are light and scatters, and elsewhere we will see after the fog clears, and it may linger in some areas, but other than that, it will be a lovely day with sparkling sunshine after a frosty start. Now, tonight into Monday morning, we see an easterly wind freshening, and that brings further clouds onto eastern and southern coast, possibly a few showers as well. These will be very light and isolated if they occur. Into Tuesday, then we see possibly some more clouds coming in by the afternoon. Again, possibly one or two light showers on the easterly winds. Into Wednesday, very similar story. Again, possibly more clouds coming in again by the end of the day. Actually, Tuesday looks very, very good at the end of the day. Lovely clear skies. And into Wednesday, as I said, more clouds. So basically, from now on, it's like some days will be sunny, but some days we'll see sunny spells and very clouds. I say cloudiest in the east and south next week. So tonight, lowest temperatures will reach about 0 to 4 degrees, coldest in the south. So a frost forming there. Actually, a frost forming quite widely towards morning, especially in the West Midlands for a time. Now, tomorrow afternoon, we'll see highest temperatures of about 5 to 8 degrees, coolest in the east. Tomorrow night, then, a more extensive frost, so by about 9 a.m. Sunday, we're looking at temperatures of about -5 in shelter where it's coldest, up to around 2 degrees on the coast of the west and northwest. So a frosty start on Sunday morning, sharp in places, and on Sunday afternoon, highest temperatures of only about 3 to 5 degrees. So a much colder day on Sunday. Again, a frosty night on Sunday night. Again, as I said before, the frost region will fluctuate overnight, Sunday night, as we'll see cloud coming in on the easterly winds, and when the cloud passes over, it will get briefly less cold, with temperatures probably rising above freezing for a time. But I say that the least cold spots overnight, on average, will be areas on the eastern and southern coast exposed to that easterly winds, and probably they will see the most frequent clouds. So you can see, especially for areas like Dublin and areas north of that, overnight Sunday nights, it never really gets to frost levels. So into Monday itself, then we see higher temperatures, about 3 to 4 degrees. So definitely a colder day on Monday. Again, Monday night, the frost region changes overnight again, all because of cloud cover. But I say most frosty by 9 a.m. and especially I say in the South Midlands, always least cold on the eastern and southern coasts. Into Tuesday itself, high temperatures again of about 2 to 4 degrees. Tuesday night again frosty, especially away from eastern coasts. And into Wednesday a bit less cold, about 4 to 6 degrees, as you see the winds first of all ease off, and it also comes around from more. It's still easterly, but it will come around a high from the west in some way. I'll show you in a second. But still quite chilly, but a little bit less cold. So here is the annual next observation forecasters. So this shows you the pressure pattern in the Atlantic. So what happens here is, if it's positive, we have our typical westerly flow that is low to the north, high to the south, westerly winds. Vice versa for a negative NAO. So we're currently negative about minus 0.5 on the index. It will drop even more negative by about January 9th and continue that way up until the very end of the graph, where it starts going less negative. Now, we're starting to see, as expected, wobbles in the models regarding that possibly quite potent cold snap via a proper Greenland block beyond mid-month. There is now wobbling happening with that. So here we go. Let's find out what's happening. So here's the GFS 12 Z run. So again, like we've said before, over the weekend it will get drier and colder, and by Monday the heights are over Scandinavia or all North Sea, and you're pulling in this easterly wind over Ireland. I think possibly the high pressure has trended today a bit further southwards, but still enough to bring in an easterly winds through Monday and Tuesday. By Wednesday, here's what I meant by it being less cold. You see, the wind is coming from an easterly direction, but it's not as long fetch as it was early in the week. For example, on Monday and Tuesday, if you follow the ice bars back, it's coming from like the Baltic Sea states. But by Wednesday, the ice bars are coming from the North Sea and back towards like the Northern Sea and back all the way back here to the Atlantic. So the easterly is not really long fetched by Thursday, so it's a bit less cold by then. But still frosty nights, unclear spells. By the weekend, we see heights retrogressing towards Greenland, and look at this. It's a bit more flabby with the ridge this time. It's not really doing it convincingly. There's a weak block. It's not really, it looks a bit flimsy. It looks a bit easily defeated. It's not really centering there. It's a bit, messy. But it is enough to bring us some cold weather for a time before the high collapses and just keeps us dry and frosty into the second half of the month. So there you go. That is how this whole thing could go completely wrong. But that would still be very cold and frosty. Do get me wrong. But there would be no snow risk with that, because that is a high pressure system, so therefore it's dry. But that would be cold and frosty. Let's look at the ensembles for upper temperature from the GFS. Why don't we do that? And look at what's happening. So actually, yes. So the green line, that thick green line, is the GFS run I just showed you, and the white line is the average line out of the ensembles, and the red line is the temperature average at 850 HPA. So again, it's all ensembles are in agreement now that it's cold from now till January 11th in terms of upper temperatures. They'll bump up a little bit, but still be chilly on the surface around January 12th and 13th. Beyond that, they fall away again. Very cold for a time around mid-month, but actually the upper temperatures on the ridge aren't mild, they're cold. They seem to be around at about -5 Celsius. Let's look at that in terms of upper temperatures actually. So just go somewhere random like Wednesday, January. Yeah. So the ridge is actually a very cold ridge. Normally, when you have a high pressure system, it is in with these yellow colours here. But we're actually under cold. The upper temperatures are cold here. So that could be especially cold and like very frosty if that were to come off. But just not snowy cold, if you see what I mean. So here is the ECMWF run from the 12s. Here we go. There we go. So again, the ECM, again, through the weekend and next week, builds the ridge towards Scandinavia. Easterly winds throughout the week. Throughout the week, the ridge moves towards Scotland and between Scotland and Iceland. So therefore, the easterly becomes less long fetch, so a bit less cold. By the weekend, again, the high is going towards Greenland. A bit more strongly with the ECM. So by Monday, January 15th, it's getting quite cold and wintry then. Upper temperatures should colder coming southwards. So the ECM a bit better with the whole situation, if you want snowy cold. Here is the UK Met run. So again, UK Met showing the same thing next week. Going towards Scandinavia early in the week, pulling in this easterly winds. Cold at first, but getting a bit less cold through Wednesday and Thursday. And then into Friday and Saturday, again, the heights are going towards Greenland. I think possibly this UK Met run is doing it with more conviction. I think that it is going towards Greenland, and if we could go on a bit further with this, it would probably actually sit up there. It's a strong ridge, and these orange colours you see on the chart, they're moving with the ridge. And if you get the orange colours over Greenland here, you've got proper blocking. Strong blocking. So here is the GEM, the GEM. Okay. So we're seeing a bit of a wobble today in models. As you know, with the cold snap here. But next week's cold is certain. So again, similar story. The easterly a bit stronger on the GEM here actually. Before by Wednesday and Thursday, down comes the ridge, cold and frosty under clear spells, some clouds around as well. Then it's the weekends. Okay, the GEM is also good. The GEM is better if you want cold weather. So the GFS is the worst. The ECM is, you know, a bit better, but the GEM is the best so far. You can see that you've got these orange colours towards Greenland. So you've got proper strong blocking here, shoving the cold air out of the Arctic. And here is the icon run, but you know we are seeing a shift, a little wobble right now. So we have to keep our eyes peeled on these updates. And here is the icon. So again, we will see this high pressure going to our northeast by Monday and Tuesday, pulling in this cold easterly winds. Bit less cold through Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, but still frosty at times. And by the weekend, heights going towards Greenland, Iceland, and down comes northerly winds. But there is a factor that needs to be watched here, and that is this cyclone to our south. That might move northwards and scupper the chances of a cold snap. That might happen. That is certainly a risk, as well as possibly there being too much low pressure towards Greenland. And for temperatures with that, you can see are mild. What's likely to happen, I'd say, is the cold air comes southwards. But there's a lot of mild air with that cyclone that will threaten the lifespan of the cold snap. And here is the arpege, and here we go. Final model run of the day. So here we go again. Tomorrow we'll see a dry day with showers in the north, but otherwise very sunny under this high pressure system. And into Sunday, the heights gradually move to Scandinavia, and therefore the winds go into the east somewhat by Sunday. So some showers on the east coast, but otherwise largely dry and sunny, bar some fog patches that linger in parts of the South Midlands. Into Monday, we see a strong easterly winds again, so possibly a couple of showers on the east and south coast, sunny spells and some clouds around on Monday, most cloudy in the south, and a cold day as well by Tuesday and Wednesday. The high pressure is coming down over us, so the easterly eases, and we see frosty nights under clear spells and variable clouds. Thanks for watching, everyone. I'll see you tomorrow, and bye for now.